them up here.
They all right there.
Talk about well, we got podcasts as we already talked about. I got Artist of the Year. I got Male Singer of the Year. And I got Song of the Year for my song Rhythm Like This. So
okay,
you know what I mean. It was a good look.
So do you think it was fairly, you know what I'm saying, a fair win? Because they said days before you was in the car with Ronald Moulton having meetings and shit.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Nah, we ain't doing that. We had no meetings with Ron Moulton.
Okay.
I did go over to the museum, to support the museum.
Right.
Before the Go-Go Awards?
Nah. I mean, of course it's before, but long before.
Did y'all have any discussions? Me and Lonnie, we doing the audit real quick.
Nah, we had no discussions. Full disclosure, I've never talked to Ron Moulton about who should win or what.
Right.
It was.
Did y'all have like a code where you didn't have to talk about it?
Nah, man. Listen, the work has been put in. I don't gotta go. Do I gotta shoot down my resume for the year?
Well, fuck it, shoot your shit.
Nah, no.
You the winner. Shoot your shit for the year.
I ain't gotta do all that. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. But what I will say is this. It's about the work that was done in 2025. Now, Singer of the Year, we all put in the work. So
But they said it was about the work that's been done in the past 12 months.
12 months. Exactly.
12 months.
Yeah. So, 2025, 12 months. There's a lot of stuff I accomplished, man. We both wrote a great song.
Dirk did shit too.
Yeah,
Don't leave Dirk out.
That's why I said it could have went to anybody. I mean, we talking about Wincy. You talking about Dirk.
There you go. Give him a tissue, y'all.
Talking about JC from Junkyard, like all these guys. I believe. Yeah, wipe it good, bro.
Yeah. Dirk be singing guys, like a motherfucker.
He's the Lavert of the Go-Go.
He was on the big stage in the Bahamas. You was in the hallway like the Honolulu bitches. Yeah, shout out to Tricky for tricking my man. I said, y'all go get Scooby.
Funny as the mug.
Luggage. Go get Scooby. They had Scooby in the motherfucking hallway at the Bahamas singing oohs and ahs. I said, he is greater than that. What's wrong with y'all? Dirk on the stage, drunk as shit, sweating, bouncing like a beach ball. He up there singing like a motherfucker, sounding better than KC in his prime. I'm like, go ahead, Dirk. He had us hype. Scooby in the hallway like, woo. I'm like, y'all go get Scooby. Damn. If Dirk wouldn't have brought Scooby on the stage, we wouldn't have seen Scooby.
Everybody know I was there.
Yeah, they didn't know you was out there. Motherfuckers was walking past you throwing nickels in the bucket. They were just throwing nickels in the bucket like you was in the motherfucking New York train station. Nah, don't do Scooby like that. He better than that.
That's crazy. That shit is true, too.
Stick around, and I'll show you how I got it.
Dave, look. Look at this.
Okay.
I love it. It's red. It has the sprinkles.
2.25.
Oh.
Be like that. Yeah, Tricky wrong for that.
No, listen. Shout out to Tricky. We
love Tricky Entertainment.
I gotta say this. No, it didn't happen the way that they planned it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So, that was really the only opportunity for me to showcase my talents.
Okay.
Because, one, I missed my flight.
Oh,
so I was supposed to play at the brunch the day before. So I missed my flight, and I had to come in the next day.
Oh, yeah, so you fucked that money up.
Yeah, so they were trying to find somewhere for me to perform.
So they
go to the hallway.
Nah, it wasn't punishment. I appreciated it. Honestly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime you get a chance to perform, outside of where you normally perform, I thought it was an honor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But it just happened to be in the lobby. Yeah. It happened to, the aesthetics was bad.
Right.
But,
you did good.
Well, thanks for taking accountability. So it wasn't Tricky, nigga. It was you.
I missed my flight.
Right.
My flight. So it's supposed to be me and Marcus Young at the brunch.
Oh, you did good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm your guy. I stayed and watched some of it.
You was the only motherfucker out there, Dirk.
Yeah, he was the only one.
You in the motherfucking Bahamas, man. And they ain't know what the fuck was going on. They were like, beat up.
Blue funny.
So you didn't start there with them?
Fuck no. I was in the fucking party. I was on the stage. I was like, they ain't about to do Scooby like that.
Nah, I appreciate it, though. It was a good time. I had get a trip to Bahamas.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Nah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good look.
That was a good time.
It was a good job.
But, back to the awards, though. So,
oh, shit.
Because that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about this Go-Go Awards.
Yeah.
Okay. No, not your awards.
Not my awards. The Go-Go Awards. That's the ceremony.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about it. So what was your overall? Let's talk about your expectations first.
Okay.
What was your expectations of the Go-Go Awards before you got
First
it?
of all, I didn't know what to expect. Okay. Because first of all, I wasn't.
So fun.
Even in it. I wasn't going. Okay? So shout out to DC. Because if it wasn't for DC in them comments, I wouldn't have been there.
Okay.
Because my only job was to just promote it. Mm-hmm. But DC was in the comments saying, I hope you host it. I hope you host it. Yeah. So they was looking like, oh, no, we got to get this nigga at the awards. Yeah. Because the city is expecting him to be there.
Yeah.
So then they got me to do, first I was supposed to be the voice of God.
Okay.
The person to be like, hey, coming to the stage. Okay? Yeah, I would have said it even if you wouldn't come to the stage. Hey, bring your ass up here. It's like, nah. But I was supposed to be that. But production already had that in place.
Okay.
So then they was like, Lonnie, what you want to do? Fuck you mean what I want to do? You know, I ain't have no plans on coming. I'm like, y'all got to give me something to do. So then they told me that I have to do this presentation. My man put me up.
All right, let's get back into some Black history, man. You know how I give it up.
The prophets of the Bible, from Moses to Christ, were black, not olive, not pale, black like the soil they came from. Let's start with the truth they buried. Egypt, Ethiopia, Israel, all part of ancient Africa. The people who lived there weren't Europeans. They were people of the sun. Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian because he looked like one, and Egyptians were African. The prophet Jeremiah said, "Our skin was black like an oven." That's in your Bible. Jesus was born in North Africa, fled into Egypt as a child. Why? Because he blended in. You can't hide a white baby in Africa. Every image you've seen, the paintings, the movies, the blonde angels, were made centuries later in Europe, not to tell truth, but to control it. The Bible's story didn't begin in Rome. It began in Africa, among people who carry the same melanin you do. Still watching? Comment truth and follow for more hidden history they tried to whitewash. They never told you this. The prophets of the Bible, from Moses to Christ, were black, not olive, not pale.
Dave,
Yes.
Do you know how to juggle 2 balls or 3?
No.
I know how to juggle.
Anti-Semitic. Many things that I've read about you, and you've made a mention a couple of times about the Jews and everything, and I'm wondering if you are personally anti-Semitic.
No. How can I be anti-Semitic when the Arabs are half the Muslim world is Semitic? If I was anti-Semitic, I'd be anti-Arab and anti-everything else. No, I think that in this country, there is one mistake that the Jews make. They put themselves in a position where whenever anybody gives an objective analysis of the role that they play, they defend themselves by accusing you of being anti-Semitic. And a Negro is not anti-Semitic when he says that the man who's exploiting him in his community is white, because it is a white man who owns all the stores. Now, is it an accident that these whites who own these stores are Jewish? If it's an accident, then the fact that he says the Jew on the corner is exploiting me isn't an anti-Semitic statement. It's just more descriptive of the man who's exploiting him.
Are you anti-Semitic?
Anti-Semitic.
Many of the things that I've read about you, and you've made a mention a couple of times about the Jews and everything, and I'm wondering if you are personally anti-Semitic.
No.
The great Malcolm X.
So you're telling me Abraham Lincoln was a black man this entire fucking time? It all makes sense now. Honestly, it all makes sense with him having black lineage. Now, get this book, y'all. It's back in stock, Black AF History, The Unwhitewashed Story of America. But tell me why. They're saying that Tom Hanks is the only living descendant of Abraham Lincoln. Number one, he has no other living descendants. He has living ancestors, but not living descendants. Anyways, they're saying that Abraham Lincoln had black in him. And I saw this fucking picture, y'all.
Yeah.
I saw this picture of him, and I was like, hold on, because you know how back in the day they used to like change the color.
Get from under
It
here.
was literally like people like back in the day, like Beethoven, I think was a black man, and they made him white. Like they would like literally alter photos of like leaders, especially like renowned people, artists, things of that nature, and make them like lighter skinned or white. Yo, that's exactly what the fuck happened with Abraham Lincoln. During Lincoln's run for president, when he was running for president, there was a lot of campaigns, right? And people, his competitors, would make these like political ads saying that he had black features, mentioning that his skin was dark, he had coarse hair. They called his hair unkempt, because you know how they be calling our hair like unkempt and mangled and tangled and naughty, nappy and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They said his hair looked like it hadn't been brushed in so long, but it was also like extremely thick, coarse, dark hair, and he had dark skin. And there was a lot of reports of, people thinking that he might have had black lineage. But his entire run, he never showed who his biological parents or like explained who they were, any of that. Like he kept that all private, and a lot of people think that on his father's side that he might have had black in him. There was a biography that was even written, and a quote from the biography says that he seems like to have like black African features. And why should this person be president if they have black African features? Like that was like their way of trying to say he shouldn't be president. Like there was a lot of political campaigns of him, like, just in like a very derogatory way. And they said that's why he was always an inward lover. That's what they said. But anyway, y'all, I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, this is all just crazy, because, it's not surprising to me, because I feel like we all came from black ancestors in some sense, because we're the origin, But at the end of the day, I think it's very interesting that he might have had close relatives that were black, because none of those people were ever...
Y'all keep saying we came from Africa, but we've been here. The pyramids, the mounds, the rivers, that's our bloodlines. We the first builders, the first scientists. Why every ancient sculpture got our faces on it, huh? Why your ancestors burned the records and called us slaves when we were the architects of this land? Look around, y'all walking on stolen ground. Guys, I just found out black people are the real indigenous Americans. Like, for real. These mounds, they built them. Even Trump said it, bro. Black people built everything. America been lying to us this whole time. Y'all gonna learn today. You better get out my face or I'll roundhouse your ass.
Love our culture but can't stand our color. Our women built kingdoms while yours are still begging kings to read. You disrespect our truthful.
That Confederate flag, that's mine. The 13 colonies, my blood built it. The Union was y'all.
Black
Almighty Father Trump, please deport all of them. You are the great white hope. In the name of Trump, the Son, and the Holy Confederate. Amen.
They told her to pass for white, and she could have. It would have made her rich, famous, and unstoppable.
You're going to learn today.
No. She refused to hide her blackness, and Hollywood made her pay for it. Meet Freddie Washington. Born in Savannah, Georgia in 1903, she rose to fame during the Harlem Renaissance. A dancer, a writer, a stunning actress with fire in her eyes. In 1934, she starred in Imitation of Life, playing a light-skinned black woman who passes for white. Her performance was so raw, so real, that audiences thought she was passing in real life. Studios told her to deny her race. She refused. She said, "I'm honest about who I am. Why should I hide it?" So Hollywood shut its doors. No more lead roles, no more screen time, but she didn't disappear. She fought back. She co-founded the Black Actors Guild of America, demanding respect and opportunity for black performers. She used her voice to call out the racism that silenced generations of talent. Every black actress who owns her troupe today, from Dorothy Dandridge to Viola Davis, walks in Freddie's footsteps. She changed the story, even when the story tried to erase her. Say her name, Freddie Washington, put her back in the story.
You think vaccines were invented by Western medicine? Ask the slave who...
Y'all had enough or you want some more? Comment. Let me know. This is what I do. We're discovering discovery. You feel me? We're great people. We from a great lineage and culture. I take it personal when anybody, whether they're in our culture or not, call black people lazy and worthless. Because the truth is in the pudding of what we contribute to America and to everyday life itself. You know what I'm saying? You know, do your research. You know, and it's good for our kids to know how great we are back then and even to this day. Even though the debt is stacked against us, still we're going to rise and thrive because we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You know, all our people done from affirmative action, done raised up and got all kind of degrees and education, and now in a blink of an eye, it don't mean nothing. So what does that tells me? We gotta pivot and never be comfortable. We gotta find what's in demand in a skill set. We're in a business. We're in an era of entrepreneurship. You got to start your own. You got to build your own when you can. But in the meantime, get that degree and then go get some skills. I'm a product of vocationary. Okay, I went to vocationary school. I had a half-a-day schedule in the 12th grade. You know, my dad is an electrician by trade. I try to follow in his footsteps. You have to be heavy and very good in mathematics and equations to be an electrician, or you're going to shock yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, not saying that I couldn't do it. It was just the passion wasn't there. And I'm big on things that if I really gotta put too much effort into it and it don't just come natural, then I really don't have an interest in it. So I'll go to my counselor and I say, hey, you know, trying to follow in my dad's footsteps. And I didn't understand that you had to be great and exceptional in mathematics to be an electrician. He said, yeah, you do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said, well, I'm not grasping it at the rate that I need to. So I don't want to flunk out. So I want to switch my course. So he sent me over to brick masonry. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that I'm a person that I'm visual. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me not understanding what I read, but I'm very much a visual person. If I see you do something, I can mimic what I do. So therefore, when that whole process of brick masonry, for me to be able to see it in real time, I grasp it just like that. So that was my claim to fame right then and there. My first job was a bricklayer. I'm a builder by trade, and I'm proud of that. But I found out also I'm scared of heights. Anything over the fifth level, I can't do it. So I had to pivot to another occupation, which were many before I found my niche. And, that's my grandbaby Lex. So I'm going to let her rock out. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get in the camera.
How was your day? You already in the camera. You sneaking in, messing up my video. So
Good.
yeah, right. How was your day at school today?
Good. Very good.
Okay. Good.
We also had indoor recess.
Indoor recess because it was cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we played on the carpet.
All right, cool.
And we stayed inside a little bit, and then we went outside.
Did you finish your homework?
Yeah, I had a lot of homework and assignments.
Okay. So did you do it already?
Yeah. No more homework for the day.
All right, good.
And
All right.
I'm so fused.
You say what?
I said I'm so fused because of that hard work.
You so fused.
Yeah.
I think you're using that word wrong. You so fused. C5, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, she kind of made me lose my train of thought, but you get the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're great people, you know. It's just like I found out my grandfather was an airman in World War II. And he learned how to fly planes before there was an Air Force, before there was a Tuskegee Airman. And he was in the Army. There was an Air Force base in Patuxent, Maryland, that black pilots trained other black pilots and aviators to fix planes. My grandfather learned how to fly planes there. And then he enlisted in the Army. So, yeah, I found that out years later. So, I feel like a lot of the men in my family been in the military, but had I known, and it was crazy because my grandfather, when he died, he's buried at Arlington Cemetery. You don't get to be over there unless you done did something substantial. You know what I'm saying? And my grandfather flew missions over in France when they were fighting Germany. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a whole memorial that was built for the black soldiers over in France, which over the years they done away with that memorial. Let me see if I can pull it up. It should be some kind of pictures or something. Now that we're talking about it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know. So again, we're great people, you know, doing things on a great level in times that were challenging when we had everything against us. But the determination and, you know, you're not going to stop me from being great type of attitude and I know the consequences of what I'm trying to do. They can't get us all, but at some point you can get got, and I'm gonna be as ready as possible for that, you know. So yeah, it was really challenging times, you know.
Dave, are you done?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just checking.
Okay.
My love. Dave, what does this say on the front cover? What does this say on the front cover?
You tell me. Go ask Nana what to say.
Okay. I know it's all my.
You think vaccines were invented?
Okay, I'm hold on. I did put in Black World War II Memorial. It keeps saying World War II, not Black. Oh, World War II Memorial in France. I need to be distinctive. Okay.
I'm not giving up burgers.
Neighborhood of 1.5 million served in the United States military forces during World War II. They fought in the Pacific, Mediterranean, and European war zones, including the Battle of the Bulge and the D-Day invasion. These African-American servicemen and women constituted the largest number enlisted in the Army and Navy, and the first to serve in the Marine Corps after 1798. However, as members of the United States military, This greatest African American generation encountered unequal treatment and limited opportunities for promotion and transfer due to the practice of racial segregation adhered to by the U.S. military, as well as the nation at the time. Welcome to yet another video segment. In this video, we are going to look into the experiences of black soldiers during World War II, the significant challenges and the discrimination they faced while serving in the armed forces during a time when segregation was the societal standard, racism was widely practiced, and black Americans were widely discriminated against. Before we get right into this, don't forget to support our efforts by pressing the like button before you. Share as well with family and friends, and subscribe to keep the channel growing. When the Selective Training and Service Act became the nation's first peacetime draft law in September 1940, civil rights leaders pressured President Franklin Delano Roosevelt to allow black men the opportunity to register and serve in integrated regiments. Although African Americans had participated in every conflict since the Revolutionary War, they had done so segregated, and President Roosevelt's appointee, Henry Stimson, the Secretary of War, was not interested in changing the status quo. Despite the 1940 United States Selective Service and Training Act outlawing racial discrimination, African Americans were only accepted if there were openings in units and training facilities specifically designated for their racial category. With a need to shore up the U.S. Armed Forces as war intensified in Europe, President Roosevelt decided that black men could register for the draft, but they would remain segregated, and the military would determine the proportion of blacks inducted into the service. The compromise represented the paradoxical experience that befell the 1.2 million African American men who served in World War II. They fought for democracy overseas while being treated like second-class citizens by their own country. Despite African American soldiers' eagerness to fight in World War II, the same Jim Crow discrimination in society was practiced in every branch of the armed forces. Many of the bases and training facilities were located in the South, in addition to the largest military installation for black soldiers, Fort Huachuca, located in Arizona. Regardless of the region, at all the bases there were separate blood banks, hospitals or wards, medical staff, barracks and recreational facilities for black soldiers. All of them conducted their work assignments separate from white soldiers, received medical treatment from separate blood banks, hospitals, and medical staff, and socialized only in segregated settings. And if and whenever they left their stateside bases, they often experienced hostility from white soldiers and local white civilian communities who routinely slurred and harassed them. The experience was very dispiriting for a lot of black soldiers, says Matthew Delmont, a history professor at Dartmouth College and author of Black Quotidian, Everyday History in African American Newspapers. The kind of treatment they received by white officers in army bases in the United States was horrendous. They described being in slave-like conditions and being treated like animals. They were called racial epithets quite regularly, and just not afforded respect either as soldiers or human beings. Because the military didn't think African Americans were fit for combat or leadership positions, they were mostly relegated to labor and service units, working as cooks and mechanics, building roads and ditches, and unloading supplies from trucks and airplanes were common tasks for black soldiers. And for the few who did make officer rank, they could only lead other black men. As Christopher Paul Moore wrote in his book, Fighting for America, Black Soldiers, the Unsung Heroes of World War II, black Americans carrying weapons, either as infantry, tank corps, or as pilots, was simply an unthinkable notion. More acceptable to Southern politicians and much of the military command was the use of black soldiers in support positions as non-combatants or laborers. Throughout U.S. history, black Americans have fought on behalf of a nation that enslaved, terrorized, and discriminated against them. Before emancipation, many fought for the chance to earn their personal freedom. Later on, many fought to show that their sacrifice and dedication warranted first-class citizenship with equal rights. Military leaders practiced discrimination throughout America's wars. Before emancipation, generals were loath to put firearms in the hands of the enslaved and formerly enslaved, lest that spark reprisals and uprisings. From the nation's beginning, they expressed doubt that black soldiers and the
on a big wave. 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Oh, the big wave washed me off of the team. We on it. Like this. Oh, no,
Well, Blue Chew just...
How did I not fall off?
Why is you on that?
Strength and long-lasting endurance.
Skateboarding. The wave whoosh.
Yeah, I would have said it even if you wouldn't come to the stage. Girl, bring your ass up here. It's like, nah. But I supposed to be that. But production already had that in place.
Okay.
So then they was like, Lonnie, what you want to do? Fuck you mean what I want to do? You know, I ain't having no plans on coming. I'm like, y'all got to give me something to do. So then they told me that I have to do this presentation. So I did the presentation.
Okay.
But my overall expectations of it, I thought it was going to be some hood shit. You know, I thought it was going to be some hood shit. I thought it was going to be the black hole. I just thought we was going to be in that motherfucker. People going to be drunk. And I don't give a fuck about the wars. Everybody going to be dancing and shit. Looking for people that they didn't get the fuck back in the day. Hoping they show up. Yeah. You know, I thought it was going to be like some DC shit. Yeah. But it turned out to be a little elegant. I really liked it, though. It was real good. I felt like the vibe was great. Yeah. I liked that they started on time. I hate that motherfucker was longer than the Titanic movie. Yeah. You know, certain shit. I hate the fact that they ain't had that elevator music when people get to talking too long. Because motherfuckers was up there giving their bio and giving shout outs and shit like they was at the Source Awards. Yeah. So, you know, I hated that part.
That was the dude from Decade.
I liked the whole experience of it. I liked the whole part of recognizing Go-Go. Okay. That's what I really appreciate about it. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers upset. Yeah. You know, a lot of people was mad.
They was crashing out before the whole.
Yeah, people was crashing out, you know, upset. They wanted to be a part. And, you know, people was attacking Ron Road and bitches even attacked me. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck I do? I just showed up and made the news, you know? Yeah. You know, but I ain't give a fuck. I don't care about that shit. But it was just a lot of stuff that I feel like people was upset about. Go-Go awards. And you can have multiple awards. Do your own shit. Your own awards. Fuck y'all worrying about what this man doing. Throwing your own awards. It's multiple award shows. Yep. Just throw your own one.
Real quick, what size sweatsuit you wear?
Extra large.
All right, but got my man Arden Cole bringing you some gifts, man. So
okay.
But back to the awards. So I wanted to say, I think a lot of us, because we don't get a lot of Go-Go awards, or it's not every year, some people look at it as like Go-Go honors, and they feel like your favorite Go-Go band, your favorite artist, your favorite singer, keyboard player, whatever, been putting in the time. You know what I mean? They've been in 30 years. They deserve it before this person. Like it's not an honor show. It's an award show. Right. Based on the last 12 months, as you said. So I think that's it. If you look at it like that, you got to go back 12 months and not 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, there's a lot of people deserving of all kind of stuff, but I think we should reserve those for like Go-Go honors, or, you know, honoring people that have been in it for a minute. With all that said, what did you think about how it all went? I know you expressed your expectations.
What you mean, like what went?
I mean, how you think overall? What grade would you give it?
I would give it like a 7
out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Because it could have been much better, even with the production of it all. Yeah. Like, I feel like everything could have been smoother with the performances. Right. It didn't have to be that drawn out like that, you know? Yeah. Like, certain things could have been put in perspective and made more sense. You know, like them Beach Your Feet people shouldn't have been up there for 2 hours. Like, come on, how much fucking shouting you want to do? Yeah. They done turned the award shows to a Pentecostal church. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Like, it should have been structured. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things, these little things could have been fixed, but I think it was a good effort, you know?
Something to build on.
Yeah, something to build on.
Yeah. Would you be a part of the
All right, now it just came to me. The beat your feet would be the equivalent of breakdancing to hip hop. So we got our own music as well as our own dance culture. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop had breaking, they had graffiti, you know, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop had the beatbox with Dougie Fresh and the Fat Boys. So the beat your feet is equivalent to breakdancing. Hip hop is the cousin of go go, and go go is the hip hop is the cousin of hip hop. Did I say that right? So it's vice versa. You know, one can go in front of the other.
Would you want to be a part of the, I guess, planning committee?
I will have some demands. If they invite me next year, it's certain things that I want to see.
Yeah.
Like I want to see the front porch there.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I feel like they major in the culture.
Yeah.
They should. The front porch should have been there.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
knew.
Feel like
they
gotta
knew.
Be somebody to take a stand to be like, if this person ain't gonna be here, I ain't being a part because it's.
All right, the front porch just really started popping and getting a lot of recognition. It came on my radar maybe July-ish. So, like he said, if that was something for 12 months, which equals a year, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on my radar till July when I just started seeing, you know, these artists popping up at dude's house and then finding out who he was the son of and their whole background, you know. So next year he definitely or the next award show, he definitely need to be recognized, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. And I could see them doing having a backdrop of the house and people come out that was actually on the front porch. That will be hype for next year. I said it first. Hey, your boy up there, you know, to present the front porch. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. I would love to be part of that. You know. All right, we talking about front porch. Let's get into let's get into something. You know how we give it up. You know our go to.
Here's for one.
You know how we do it. All right. What's that in your shirt? Oh, okay. You been on the weight? All right. You must be big.
Really big, baby.
You drunk. Go show Nanny. All right, just give y'all a little bit, man. You know, uh, you know, it's undefeated, especially in DC. The go-go movement. You know what I'm saying? The magic is seeing a live show, and the musicianship. Those of us that can't play an instrument, is mesmerizing to see these guys get busy. And what was so cool, these was guys from our neighborhood, from our school. You know, they wasn't from a big band with a big name, and like back in the day, Cool in the Gang, and established bands that were making records and touring worldwide. These would be guys we would see at school, in the grocery store, on the block, and then on the weekend we seeing them on stage making magic with their artistry. And I know for me, I really didn't appreciate it back then, but I do now. These guys are legends now. And again, I done said it myself. We didn't really respect these dudes on the level that we should have, because we thought more about the rappers than we did our own guys right here in our city. Only because I think that them dudes sold records, they toured the world, and go-go was just local. You know what I'm saying? So these guys wasn't stars to us. And then, like, you know, I want to say people from New York, when they see the guys that they see, all right, you show Nana? All right, cool. So, like people from LA, when they see movie celebrities that's in movies, I guess they not phased. They not tripping because they see these people all the time. People in New York, you know, they ain't phased when they see other music celebs, or music celebs, period. Because it's a regular thing. They everywhere. But ironically, every time I visit New York, I don't see nobody famous. When I went to LA, I seen Chelsea, the girl that used to go with 50 Cent, the white comedian girl, Chelsea Handler or whatever her name is. She had a late night show, and she was dating 50 Cent. Chelsea, that's her name. And we was on the Paramount Studios visiting all the sets, like The View, the Ellen Show, uh, Little Sheldon, It's a show called Little Sheldon, Young Sheldon, of the spinoff of what's that? The Third Rock, not Third Rock Theory. Something Theory, where the dude Sheldon, all of them nerds with the girl Blossom used to be on there. Uh, 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 Something Theory. Anyway, we was on that set of all three of them sets when we was at Paramount Studios. We even was sitting in the audience of The View and the Ellen Show. You know what I'm saying? Which was part of our tour. We toured the Batman warehouse, Aquaman, and the Marvel, and you know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was like $250 a person. That was crazy, you know. And it was me, my son, and my wife. So we done there paid about $500. It might have been 500 just to do that tour for each one of us. Maybe it wasn't that much. Maybe 150. That's saying more like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But yeah. So I'm like, but now because of social media, these guys get their art out to the world. Even though Trouble Funk got out Go-Go to the world. Of course, Chuck Brown, who's the pioneer, the architect, of Go-Go. He took Go-Go worldwide. And the other bands that went to Japan and toured overseas and whatnot. And, you know, but like rap was global in all countries, So now because of streaming, Go-Go and the internet and streaming, Go-Go get the same credit, and they get the same recognition like a hip hop artist did back then. So it's like it's a phenomenon now. Even though it ain't new to us, but for the world that is reaching, you know what I'm saying? Whereas though Go-Go been around for 50 years just like hip hop. I done seen both unveiled before my eyes. I'm a part of this as a patron. You know what I'm saying? As a lover of the art, a party goer. I'm a party man. I mean, I'm not now. I'm married, settled down, old. But back in the day, Slim, I was out there. I'm enjoying life, and uh, you know, I worked hard. I played hard. I was on the scene. We looked at ourselves as just party goers, but from a coworker that I used to work with, he said, "Man, you're a socialite." I said, "What you talking about?" He said, "Man, the way you move, you travel, you had all the events, you had all the activities. That's called being a socialite." So I was like, yeah, I like that. That's some real next level description. But we was just party goers. We was at all the parties, even parties we wasn't even invited to. Me and my crew just showed up. And folks was glad that we was there. Because the party, if it wasn't already jumping, it was when we left that jump. Or it was when we got there, because we came, that's who we were. Pretty girls, good food, good drinks, we was there. And we was, you know what I'm saying? And I tell my son, you know, in his generation, watch the movie House Party with Martin Lawrence, Kid and Play. That's us right there. That's how we was giving it up. If you left the party and you wasn't sweating, you wasn't partying. You was on the wall. You was a wallflower. So that means, and that tells me you didn't get no numbers. You wasn't going out to eat. Like the big thing was after the party, we all go to IHOP or what was it, Denny's or you know, any like 24-hour spot that, you know, that had breakfast, you know, like a mom and pop joint. But then we started getting next level with it, you know, like graduating high school, and we started getting jobs and getting a little money in our pocket. We started getting apartments. Our upgrade women we start dating and going out with. These women were college women. Women coming out of college that had jobs, that had their own place, and we was getting out. So when we went out from that point on, we wasn't going to IHOP no more or Denny's. We would rotate who house we going to. We had a crew of ladies we hung out with. And my crew of guys, we would decide what house we going over, and the ladies will cook everybody breakfast. And we get a spade game started up or tump. You know, everybody, you know what I'm saying, you know, cooling and it wasn't about just laying down with somebody. That was gonna happen if it was gonna happen, but it was about chilling. This was a norm for us. You know what I'm saying? A party crew, we linking up, hitting a spot, we shut the jump down, and once we party, the night not over. Cause it's a weekend, Friday, Saturday night. Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? All right, where we posting up at? Ain't nobody ready to go home. What we do? Where we at? Oh, we all gonna, okay, boom. All right. You got food? Okay, we're gonna stop at 7-Eleven, go get that. Or we're gonna hit the little corner mart and get the bacon and eggs. And what we doing? French toast, waffles, what? Get everything. Orange juice. What's up? This how we was giving it up. Next level. So my man was telling me, bro, what you doing is social